Hi guys, so today I'm here with another Chit-Chat Get Ready With Me tutorial. My skin has been looking pretty rough lately, so I'm sorry that there's lots of redness going on and acne. I haven't been taking off my makeup properly at night or washing my face well the way I used to lately, so I need to get back into doing that because my skin has been showing that. So I'm definitely going to be doing more of a full coverage face today, but I'm also doing a look that I did in my February Ipsy and Birchbox video. I was using a pigment from MAC. It was the blue brown pigment, and I really didn't know how to use it when Andrea sent me a little bit of hers because I wanted to try it. I really didn't know exactly how to use it. I felt the color might be a little dark, but I saw someone's tutorial and I kind of got the hang of it after that. So I'm going to be using that. If you don't want to see the face and want to go directly to the eyes, I will put a little time marker to let you know when that starts, but I'm sure you want to see how to cover this mess because I'm looking rough today, and I'm telling you, I picked at it a lot more. That's kind of why it's a lot redder. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, with my face, I'm going to get started with a primer. I'm going to be using the Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance. I don't recommend using this if you are breaking out. However, I want to get rid of mine. I've had this one for quite a while, and I really want to get rid of it. So I'm going to try and use it up. I'd say about 2/3 of the way done with it. So I'm going to try and use it all up. Now that I look like a super shiny, oily mess because of these lights, they really aren't doing me any justice without makeup on. I'm going to go ahead and put on my green concealer. I used the Maybelline Corrector Cover Stick in green, and this is definitely going to get put to good use because I am breaking out quite a bit. Alright, now that some of the redness is kind of covered up, I'm going to be using a very full coverage foundation. I haven't used this foundation in a very long time, but it's one of my favorites. It's from Makeup Forever, and it's the Matte Velvet Plus. I'm in the shade number 25, and I really like this foundation. It's very full coverage. It's one of my favorite high-end foundations, and I just love it. The way I like applying it is with the Beauty Blender, although the Beauty Blender does tend to give you more of like a light medium finish. With this foundation, it really still is full coverage, and it helps give it more like a natural look, which is something I like because if I use a brush with this foundation, it can look pretty cakey. So I like using the Beauty Blender for that. Alright, and I don't know if you can tell because I still look pretty shiny due to the lights. It did cover up a lot, and it looks a lot better. I'm still going to use concealer though. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade 15, and I love this concealer. This is like a newer tube to me. It's amazing for under eyes. It's amazing for highlighting, covering any sort of acne, which, like I said, I've been breaking out quite a bit lately. So I've been liking using that for that, and I'm just going to blend everything out using my Beauty Blender as well. And I am kind of using my viewfinder as a mirror, so I'm sorry if I keep looking over there. Alright, and then to tone down the shininess, I'm going to be using a powder. This is the Gellar Balance and Brighten Foundation Powder in Fair. I'm just using this Cosette brush in the style, I guess, S120. It's like a large tulip brush, and it really helps kind of get the powder everywhere. Jeez Louise. And then to set my under eyes, lately I've been using a translucent powder. Right now I just have the Mary Kay, I think this is just called, translucent loose powder. So I'm going to be using that to set my under eyes. And then I'm just using this Sedona Lace like flat powder brush to do that. Just picking up a little bit and putting that under the eyes. And then to contour, I'm using my Benefit Box powder in Hoola, which is my favorite contour. As you can see, I've hit pan. I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush. I used to say in my Get Ready's with me's that I really didn't like the way I was contouring. I saw a tutorial, someone contoured a little differently, and I've been doing that since then, and I've been liking it. So basically what I do is I don't start where my actual like hollows in my cheeks are, which is right here. I start on the actual cheekbone like that, and then I blend it up to the temple. And I kind of just stay on the actual cheekbone. I know it sounds a little weird because everyone's like, do the hollows of your cheeks. But if you actually do it on the cheekbone and maybe drag it a little bit down but not too far down, I think, in my opinion, or at least on me, it looks a lot more natural and it's a lot easier for me to do. I'm taking another Cosette brush. This one is in S130, and I'm just using that to kind of blend it out just a little bit. And to set my face, I'm just using my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette with my Sephora number 55. I basically, like always, just take all three colors and put them all over my face to set. for brows, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Duo Brow Powder in medium brown. I love this stuff. And then the brush, the Anastasia Brow Brush, I believe it comes with a spoolie on one side and angled side on the other. I just take the lighter color and fill in the first half of my brows. Then I take the darker color and do the outer half. To set my brows, I'm using the e.l.f. Wet Gloss Lash and Brow Clear Mascara. Honestly, I use both sides. I don't really care, to be honest, but I love this brow gel. It's only $1 and it's the best I've ever used in my entire life. Alrighty, for eyes, I'm going to start by using my Laura Mercier eye base. This is in the shade EC1. I use this basically as a primer and it works really, really well. Alright, so I'm going to start by taking the Urban Decay Naked 2 Basics palette. I'm going to be using a super fluffy brush. This one is from Cosette as well. It's the S175, and I'm taking the shade Frisk, which is right here. It's like a really nice taupey matte brown shade. And I'm basically just putting this all up in the crease, everywhere. I mean, honestly, windshield wiper motions. Put honestly as much color as you like. This is going to just be the blending shade because the main focus is the blue brown pigment, but this shade's just kind of help it stand out a little bit more and help with the blending process, so it's not just one shade. And then I'm going to be taking the blue brown pigment. Like I said at the beginning, Andre actually sent me a little bit of hers and I love it. I mean, it's blue brown, but there's also like tones of red in it too. It's really cool, really like holographic, duochromy. Like sometimes like right here I see blue, then there's some brown, then a little bit of like coppery reds. It's really, really cool to use and I just think it looks really pretty. So I'm going to be using that. The type of brush you want to use is definitely more of a stiff kind of concealer style brush. This one's just an Urban Decay shadow brush. I think it came in like the original Naked palette, but something very, very stiff so you can pack on the color. Now it's going to take a little bit of time. This is definitely a color that you have to really work with. So I'm just basically going to pat this all over the lid. I'm also taking it just a little bit and dragging it into the crease where it meets that first color we put down. Alright, and then I'm just taking the blending brush that we used at first. I'm not taking any color on it though, and I'm just kind of blending that out. Alright, so I know it looks a little bit crazy right now, but I'm going to take a Cosette brush again. This is the D260. It's a flat shader brush, a little bit of more of that blue-brown pigment, and I'm going to press it under my lower lashes. Then again with the blending brush, I'm just going to blend that out. Alright, back into the Naked 2 Basics. I'm taking this color right here called Stark with a flat shader brush. This is from Sephora, and I'm putting this as my brow bone highlight and kind of blending down that color as well. As you can see, it's really cool. It looks really red right now in the light, but it's very reflective, blue, brown, red. It's a really, really cool shade and I really, really like it. I'm going to do a little bit of a liquid liner. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I'm just going to do a little bit of a wing, nothing too crazy. I'm also going to line my waterline with a black liner. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Pencil in Zero, and it is so small. Alright, and then I'm going to curl my eyelashes. Then I'm going to be using two different mascaras. If you've seen my tutorials before, pretty much every tutorial I've ever done for the past 4.5, 5 years, I've always used two different mascaras. So I'm starting by using the Bare Minerals Lash Domination Mascara, and then I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Smokey Extravagant on top of that. And then for cheeks, I'm going to be using a blush that's one of my all-time favorites. It's honestly the only blush that I've really been using the past month. It's just, I love it so much. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Exposed. It's just like a nude shade, and it really helps accentuate my contour too, which I really, really like. And for a highlight, I'm just going to be using my MAC MSF in Soft and Gentle, which is one of my all-time favorite highlighters. And this is actually when you want the glow, not at the beginning when I was looking super oily. And then for my lips, I'm going to go for something a little bit more neutral, probably just more of a darker nude. I'm going to start by lining my lips with the NYX Retractable Nude Lip Liner. And then for lipstick, I'm going to be taking this Sephora Collection lipstick. This is in R21 Ingenous. It's like a darker nude shade and I love this color. Alright, so that is it for this look with the blue-brown pigment. In this light, it definitely looks a lot more coppery, but I love the color. I think it looks really cool, very dimensional when you're out in like the sunlight and stuff. It looks really pretty, and it's honestly just a very simple like smoky eye to do too. And this lip is one of my favorite lips ever, so I just wanted to include it. I think I might have done it with a look before, but as you can see from the beginning to now, now, that foundation is fantastic for covering any sort of blemishes. So I'm definitely going to go wash my face for sure, maybe do a mask because this is a mess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.